Look, I tried to explain this to you after the horse tooth video, Jerry. Horses evolved in the Americas, spread to Asia and Europe, and there are a number of species described from the fossil record in North America, and their relationship is still being debated. That's why I said I didn't know if they re-evolved or if they just didn't die out on that side of the world. No, I'm just saying for this reason assigning taxonomic identity is very difficult. Believe it or not, Jerry, sometimes I do know what I'm fucking talking about. Hey there, kids. It's me, Safari Sam. I'm in a very uncomfortable position. And today, we're taking a look at a deer jaw fossil. Yeah, it's in this box. It's got some little useful information on it. I am gonna flip this around. Now, this deer jaw fossil belongs to a certain species. There's actually some nice bit of info right here. The Odocoleus virginianus? No way. Virginianus. I mean, I get it, whitetail, Virginianus, but holy shit. Maybe next time try not to be so fucking goddamn hilarious. It lived between 150,000 and 11,000 years ago in the Pliocene period, maybe the Ice Age. Same time as that turtle scoot we did a few weeks ago. And this was specifically found in the Alachua Formation in Taylor County, Florida, USA. The state right beneath us here. Now let's take a look at this deer. Fuck. Well, at least it's protected. Oh, Christ. Alright, there we go. We got the same info card there. And here it is. Deer jaw. It's in two segments here. They're probably associated. I mean, I guess they probably should be if they're included in here. Now, let's take a look at these little teethies. You can see it's quite clear that it has enamel. It's not a sloth after all. Fun fact, sloths don't have enamel. Oh, it looks like it's missing a lot of the jaw there. It's still a pretty cool specimen, you know. Got some teeth intact. A jaw specimen without teeth intact is honestly just kind of boring. And now, this whitetail deer here is really just the same as the modern whitetail. It truly probably is. You know, you got the big old boys with the antlers, you know, they got the tails they use as flags to show each other their big old boyish anuses. You know, button heads and rubber nose, big old fancy antlers on the trees. Very fun species. Glad they didn't die out. Well, sort of glad. You know, a lot of the time I'm driving home, you know, late at night, and those motherfuckers, they just jump out right in front of you. They just fucking jump right out there. They want to die. And I empathize with that. Truly. But yeah, it's very cool. You can tell this is an herbivorous animal right here because of the enamel and tooth shape and etc. But, you know, I see a lot of stuff online sometimes where someone will show like a trail cam video of a deer chewing on a carcass and they're like, oh, deers are omnivorous. Here's the... No. Not really, right? They're chewing on the bones because they want those fancy vitamins. They need those delicious little vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, and vitamin D. Vitamin D is nuts. Wait a second, Jerry. You're telling me people don't make D's nuts jokes anymore? This is why Twitter should have taken the financial hit and kept Vine alive. Right? Bring D's nuts back. Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style's not funny anymore either? I am just going to give these little fellas a bit of a flip so you can see what's on the flip side. That's something they say, right? Flip side? Who knows? But the teeth, you know, the jaw, it's pretty broken up. It could be a little better, but the teeth are actually in pretty fantastic condition. It's very mineralized. It's quite mineralized. I'd say even fully. I don't know. I'm not a fucking paleontologist. Why am I doing these videos? Because I'm getting paid. Jerry, why are you looking at me like that? When I say I'm getting paid, I shouldn't be getting that kind of look from the producer. Now, how about some fun facts about white-tailed deer? You know, just because I don't really feel like doing paleontology stuff, all the stuff I'm going to give you is modern, because guess what? I wasn't there to see these deer, but they should be pretty close in relation. So the span of a white-tailed deer can be up to 14 years in captivity. It's usually a max of like 5 in the wild. It's pretty wild. And unlike dogs, white-tailed deer only wag their tails when they're startled. They don't want to see you. Don't approach them. They don't like you. No one likes you. Deer have perfectly healthy vision and hearing, but they rely mainly on the senses of smell for protection. Yeah, they don't want to sniff that bush. They can run as fast as 30 miles an hour, can jump as high as 10 feet. The proper term for deer, being most active at dawn and dusk, is called crepuscular. You're not going to remember that fact. I know you won't, because I won't. White-tailed deer are the smallest of the North American deer. They're vegetarians, but not very picky. They'll eat all that veg, and I'll eat all that veg. Ladies, call me. Fuck you, Jerry. If the fans want to smash, the fans want to smash. The feeding habits of these deer change with the seasons, and they've got a 4-chambered stomach, which lets them digest their food very quickly. They can eat mushrooms that would normally be poisonous to bitches like you and me. You know, if a white-tailed buck sheds their antlers in the spring or summer, they're probably sick. They're not really supposed to do that. The hardening of the antlers is due to calcification, much like the bone. It's a process similar to ossification. You know what I'm saying? Home slice. I hate myself too. White-tailed deer are the state animal of 9 states. You'd think the United States would get more creative. Christ, I mean, I'm an outsider, and let me tell you, you guys are fucking dumb as a goddamn rock. Whitetails have better night vision than day vision. And, like pretty much everyone, they're a bit colorblind. Except me. That's right. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that's it for this fancy white-tail deer jaw fossil specimen. I actually think it's really cool. A very fun, unique specimen. Tiny little jaw, tiny little teethies. Just want to suck on them. Suck on those little teeth all night long. But now, we're going to get into our newest segment. What is this? Or I show you a specimen, and I ask, what is this? And you go down to the comment section and tell me. Last time's specimen kind of looked like a tooth, and it sort of is. It was actually an Onchopristis tooth. Yeah, it's like a big barb from a big barbed fish. Yeah, these like fish that had these kind of chainsaw looking swords for noses, and it's a barb from one of those. You just couldn't really tell, and it looked like a tooth from something else because, one, it was broken, the barb tip was missing, and also it had a really interesting pathology as well. Pretty cool. So that was that one. If you want to see the specimen itself, check out the previous episode. I don't remember what fossil we did. Fuck you. I think it was a crab or some shit. I don't know. I honestly don't remember. I was drunk the whole time. But today's specimen is pretty cool. I actually wrestled this away from some dogs myself. Yeah. So, what is this? You know, here's the bottom. What is this? You want to tell me? You want to tell me what this is? It's very interesting, very unique looking. The most recognizable part is missing, because you can see, you know, those wild dogs really chewed it up there. Yeah, because they also wanted the vitamins in it. So they chewed off part of it. What is this? If you get it wrong, I'm going to come to your house and beat the shit out of you, because it should be really obvious. It should be really obvious. What is this? Yeah. What is this? Alright, that's it. We're not going to have one of these what is this segments every episode. We're just going to kind of have them when we have specimens that honestly I don't want to give their own video. Because giving this its own video would be kind of disappointing, probably. Not going to lie. So, yeah. I thought that was this segment would be good for showing off the specimens that are a little busted up, maybe not worthy of their own video, and it can help you learn stuff, and maybe it'll encourage you to research, you know? Help you recognize things when you see them out in the field, because you see these, like, bite marks here. Pretty cool. Alright, so that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And support us on Patreon so we can bring you more top quality specimens and also go places. I actually want to go on a rock mining trip soon. Just a day trip, not very expensive, but you could help with that because it might not happen otherwise. So please follow us on Patreon. Highest tier is $10, lowest is $1. What you got to lose other than money? Fuck, I'm bad at pitching. Anyways, I'll see you next time, fuckers. This one's literally just as easy as the quartz one, if not easier. Actually, it's much easier. I know you wanted to make these associated, Joe, but holy shit. Right, next time we'll try to do a harder one. I'm serious, Jerry. We've got to make these harder or people are going to get bored. Oh, also, one more thing, Jerry. I fucking hate you and you're a piece of shit. And I want you to die and I want to fuck your wife.